Welcome to today's edition of Studio G's magazine. I'm your host for this week, Becca Dimmick. Joining me today are Ezra Malha, who shares her experience at the NAB show, Chelsea Bangle, who ran for a cure, and Christy Zarpis, who dives into a new trend. The National Association of Broadcasters show brought a lot of excitement to the Valley, as it does every year. Reporter Ezra Malha was there to see the action. Check it out.
With over 1,700 companies at the NAB show this year, I bring you what some companies showcased in the South Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center. Aside from new tech showing its new technology with Skype video calls, enhancing the video quality to match the definition of in-studio cameras. And at the Avid's booth, we saw two editors from the editing team of The Hobbit showing us the making of the movie. Let's see what key people from the industry told us about what they're showcasing this year.
We're showcasing on the technology side APENPS, which is the most installed news production software system in the United States. A multi-platform news production system that allows anybody in a TV station or online to publish their news any way they need from the same centralized system. Right?
When people think of Associated Press, historically they think of The Wire and our tech stories, but there's a lot more than just that. We're talking about our AP Video US, which is our domestic video product. We're talking about AP Images, which is our photo library of everything that we shoot, our photographers shoot themselves. We're talking about some of the new things we're doing for different platforms, like Digital News Experience, which brings content, a lot of content on a lot of different topics to help people actually, rather than just being an expense item, actually be a revenue generator.
Here at NAB 2015, we're showing some new products that are very, very interesting. We have our technological exhibit using 8K technology. Actually, the cameras that we have here in our booth are the same ones that are being used by NHK, and hopefully they'll be used in the upcoming 2020 Olympics.
We have so many products, it would take me half an hour, but basically what we're doing is we're the world's leading broadcast graphics company. We're doing studio automation and media asset management. Those are the three product lines. Below that you find a multitude of products. Our business idea is that broadcasters will be doing more with maybe less resources going forward, and to get a very efficient workflow with highly high quality.
We are showcasing the latest things we've developed, especially on our platform Galaxy, on Amberfin, on Brio. Typically transcoding, if you want to automate several tasks that you need to aggregate one with each other, and you redo that every week, and you want to typically push it on a button, and I want to do it, you see the display, graphical display, you can create the display. It's very easy and convenient.
This is all I have for you from this year's NAB show. For Studio G, I'm Ezra Malha.
Not only was Ezra able to attend the show, but she also worked as an intern. Ezra, tell us what it was like.
It was really exciting. I went last year, but I didn't intern with anyone. This year, I actually worked with Dalit, and one of them was the CEO of Dalit was interviewed actually. And what we did, we showcased a cloud-based newsroom. So everything that we do in the newsroom here is done online. So you can be anywhere in the world and you can fire up your stories to the people you work for, which is amazing because you don't need to be present anywhere. You edit online, you post pictures, videos, everything on the cloud. And you have like an application on your phone you can do with or on your computer, which was amazing. So we did a lot of interviews, NAB, and then we broadcasted that on the web, which was amazing.
That sounds crazy to me, a cloud-based newsroom essentially. Like, I can't even imagine that. That kind of freaks me out. I'm kind of scared of the cloud.
I mean, it has its disadvantages if you don't have like a good connection. Sometimes it could be a problem, but you can work offline, and then when you get a good connection, you can go ahead and like fire up your stories and stuff.
Do you think there's any like precautions with that? Because I know there's that movie that came out with the iCloud, how their videos got out. Would there be any risk of creating a story and
I'm not sure. They haven't. It's still testing. I don't think it will be, but it's still in the cooking. So we'll see how that goes. But I think it's a great idea because you have people who are working for news organizations in like the Middle East and not necessarily have to be in one newsroom to do like on the side. It would be better, I guess.
Was that exclusive to the company that you interned with, or are there a lot of people working on
a few companies are doing the same thing, but each have their different ideas and their different way of doing it. So they all have their unique tools to do it. So that's how it differs.
Did you actually edit anything yourself on the phone? Because I'm wondering if it would be easy or kind of difficult to do editing of videos. That takes some time on computers, but on phones?
The edits, okay, so for now, the edits would have to do on a computer, but you send everything through your phone and then you can go and like work on the computer as editing
they're
wise.
working on putting the editing process onto your cell phone as well?
I'm not sure. I can't say. Yeah, I can't say if they're doing that or not, but NAB is really exciting. It had, we worked the career fair together, and that was exciting. She can tell you about that.
You were at NAB too?
Yes, I was.
How was your experience?
It was an amazing experience. All we did was we checked people in, we let them come in, but we saw so many organizations sit there. And what people got to do was bring up their resume, talk to future employers, and get their name out there. So it's a great experience for anybody who's looking for a job or more experience.
Yeah, CBS and CNN were there, big corporations were there, and then picking up people to work for them. So it was really great.
And long lines, busy.
That's exciting. It sounds like it's a really good opportunity for college kids to get exposure. Coming up after the break, Chelsea Bangle tells us why she ran for a cause. We'll be right back.
My show is called Window on the Middle East, and it deals with all the issues that deal with the Middle East. Middle East is a very important part of the world. I grew up in America, and yet I'm from the Middle East. It's a commoner's viewpoint based on experience as well as scholarship. My name is Shervin Mushuri. I'm the host of the talk show Window on the Middle East at the rebelhd2.com.
The name of my show is called Perfect Music Radio. The music that I play is pop music, alternative music, a little bit of R&B, and just a drop of hip hop. Giving information about what's going on in today's society, technology, entertainment, not just in the community, but outside of the community. You're listening to Perfect Music Radio with me, Lily, right here on 91.5, the Rebel HD2.
Welcome back. People in the Valley have found a colorful way to fight pancreatic cancer. Reporter Chelsea Bangle found out how.
The Las Vegas community got the opportunity to make strides towards a better future at the first local Purple Stride.
There's not enough research done on it, so there definitely needs to be more research, and I think this is a good start.
Purple Stride raises awareness for pancreatic cancer and helps raise funds to support patients and research for a cure.
There's so many people who have been affected by this disease, and then they see it on TV, or they just see us walking around trying to visit the stores to tell them about what's taking place here today at Town Square, and they're just to see the relief and excitement in their face of, wow, somebody is paying attention.
My mom passed away from pancreatic cancer 2 years ago. It was an awful battle. Once we found out, she made it through until 6 months and passed away, so we're here to help find a cure.
I'm amazed at the turnout. It's very, very encouraging. Pancreatic cancer is one of the hardest cancers to survive because it's detected a lot of times so late. So it's amazing and it's greatly needed. And I'm really happy to see the support in Las Vegas.
I just want there to be an answer, some kind of early detection or something that we can do so people don't have to go through what I watched my mom go through.
Participants were able to run or walk the 5K around town square and then were welcomed back to the finish line with some food, entertainment, and even some fairy tale princesses.
I'm with Party Ever After. We're here at the Pancreatic Cancer Run to support Purple Stride, and we're so excited to be here. We have all the princesses here, and we're having a wonderful day. My favorite part has been greeting the racers when they cross the finish line. It's wonderful to see them accomplish something so great.
We have so many survivors here today that have beat that 5-year mark. Currently, the 5-year survival rate is only 7%, and I mean, majority of our survivors here today, I'm gonna say have beat that 5-year mark. So there is hope.
Purple Stride Las Vegas was able to raise over $74,000, and participants can't wait for next year.
Oh, definitely. We already planned our outfits for next year, so yeah, we're ready to go.
For Studio D, I'm Chelsea Bangle.
For more information about Purple Stride or how you can participate in next year's charity run, visit purplestride.org. So, Chelsea, how did you first find out about this? Because they said it's the first local Purple Stride charity run, so
Yes.
How did you hear about this?
So Purple Stride is a national organization that happens all over the place, and they actually this is their first year, they brought it to Las Vegas. And they've been working on it, I think, over a year to get this set, and they were working really hard. And I heard about it because they posted a lot of advertisements online showing everyone, if you want to come down, help a great cause. So I just thought it was an amazing organization to get involved with.
That's really cool.
How did you shoot up your stand-up? I'm curious. I know it's a great cause and everything, but how did you do that?
So my stand-up, it took a lot of takes, but my boyfriend was handy and he helped out a lot. And I had to run back and forth to do it, but it turned out nice.
Did you run? I'm sorry. Did you run actually, or participated in after interviewing
Likely, or I did it kind of, because I was running around getting shots. So basically I did run it, but not fully, but to get all those great shots of people making a great stride towards a better future. So I did run with a camera, but not actually run.
Well, it said in the package that there's only a 7% survival rate right now. Like, that's crazy to me. And they said because it's detected so late, like in the stage, I don't understand, why does it go so long undetected?
So symptoms, when people have it, they're very unrecognizable. So stomach ache, abdominal pain, back pain. So symptoms, you might think of something so minor. You go to the doctor, they prescribe you pills that are just hiding it. Once they find out, it's too late in the process. So what would definitely help would be some treatments or some machines to help discover this ahead of time. Because right now, American Cancer Society stated that 94% of patients who are diagnosed too late, only 94% of them die within 5 years. So they don't last, they can't make it that long.
What was it like to talk to people who were affected by it?
It was really emotional. I loved shooting their answers because I love bringing something in an awareness, because it is something that they need to build up more awareness for. Because once you get it, you need to go in the doctor and have surgery done, or your chances are low. So it was very emotional, but I love showing that so then people can, listen up.
For sure, and the emotions definitely showed through in the package, so it was really well done. And moving on, we have Christy Zarpis showing us the best place to get advice on staying healthy.
Sunday evening jazz. I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on the rebelhd2.com.
Through our events, we promote that we are a national service fraternity. We do service to our campus, to our community, to our college, and to our nation as participating citizens. Our cardinal principles are leadership, friendship, and service, and that you can have a great time helping out your local community and your college. We are the Alpha Zeta Upsilon chapter of Alpha Phi Omega, a national co-ed service fraternity.
Thanks for staying with us. Healthy living and healthy eating is becoming more important to young people. Christy Zarpus shows us where to get advice right here on campus.
Hi, my name is Debbie Meyer. I'm registered dietitian here at UNLV out of the Student Recreation and Wellness Center. I'm up here on the second floor of the Rebel Wellness Zone. Right now I'm here Tuesday through Thursday from 8 to 5. In the summer I'll be here Wednesdays and Thursdays. What I do with a student is highly individualized. I may have someone that comes to see me that wants to become a vegetarian, or someone that has a recent food allergy or food intolerances, and it may be speaking to a small group on campus. I think the most important tips is to really include a variety of colors and tastes and textures. Try new foods, try new produce. Also take a look at the My Plate as far as planning your plate at home. For example, fresh fruits and vegetables, basically the size of a baseball. Protein about the size of a deck of cards. Of course, we recommend the lean meats or chicken breast, turkey breast, lean beef. Grains are really important, and I think it's important to remember that your brain works off of carbohydrates, and a lot of people, when they're trying to watch their weight, try to restrict their carbohydrates, but it's really important that carbohydrate be about 50% of your intake, especially if you're an exerciser. Since your brain works off of it and you're a college student, it's really important to get the grains in. As long as you're taking over 3.5 hours, the service is at no charge. And over the summer, if you're not a student, you can pay the student health fee, which is right around $37 for the entire summer, which gives you access to the Student Health Center and also to myself.
To visit with our registered dietitian, you can call 702-895-4377 and make an appointment. Christy, this was super interesting. Did you get a meal plan, or did she do something personal for you?
Well, I was in there, so I was going to take advantage of it, and I did ask her some questions. First, I'm right now in the gym trying to gain some muscle, so I asked her, because I know protein is pretty much what is the building block of muscle, so I asked her what would be the correct grams of protein to consume in a day for someone looking to build muscle. She said that about 1 gram per pound you weigh. So for a normal person just trying to be healthy, she suggested about 0.5 to 0.7 a gram times the pounds you weigh. But if you're looking to gain muscle like me, it's just 1 gram of protein for every pound that you weigh. So yeah.
I wonder if how do they tell people that they're there? Because I didn't know they were
that's why
over there helping people.
That's why I made this, because I didn't know about it either until I was making a different video about the AIDS testing that we have here on campus. And then I found out, she just happened to open the door for me, and I found out she was the registered dietitian, made an appointment with her. It's kind of difficult to make an appointment. She is about a week and 2 weeks booked out, which actually kind of was interesting to me, because that means that some students do know about her. They are taking advantage of this. So it's interesting that it is hidden, but students somehow still do know. I think maybe the ones that attend the gym, since it is in the Student Recreation Center inside the Rebel Wellness Zone, it's they're probably the ones that are taking advantage of it, but I think all students really should be.
This is a question for everyone. Why do you think, being healthy and eating good stuff is trending now? Why is it a thing? Why is my Instagram all work out and eat healthy?
Maybe
why?
because summertime's coming around.
Is it a seasonal thing?
I have no idea. I've noticed that just generally it's become more trendy. Even Michelle Obama has her get fit or just move, or I don't know. She has some type of campaign.
I think it's for kids, right?
Yeah,
it's for kids moving in
to fight childhood obesity and stuff. It's crazy, and everyone is all I'm gonna have a juice, or is this gluten free?
Let me tell you, I never do that.
It's just the amount of information we're getting now about all the things that they add into vegetables and stuff, and now just trying to eat healthy is just more appealing, just because we know what's being put into our fruits and vegetables, and even meat. I heard ammonia is being put into the processed meat that's in McDonald's. That makes me never want to eat a cheeseburger again. So I mean, maybe not, but we'll pretend.
Do you think people are on the go? We're always so busy. Is it easy for people like us to eat healthy?
I mean,
Is there a way?
It's hard, I think, for everyone right now. I am using a meal prep service, which they deliver because I'm trying to eat healthier and it was hard for me to do it myself. So I'm using a company to help me do it. So I definitely don't think it's easy for students to do that.
It's possible.
It's definitely possible, yes.
Well, I think that's really exciting, and I want to see a dietitian now, and best of luck to you. I hope that you gain the muscle that you want for sure. And coming up, we'll talk about the controversy of cursive writing. You won't want to miss this.
I used to have to do things, bad things, just to get by.
I was scared to come home sometimes. The gang knew where I lived.
Mommy said she couldn't afford it, but I want to be a singer when I grow up. I like singing.
I'm not afraid anymore. My life has changed.
My dreams are coming true!
I realize now that my world is so much bigger.
Thanks for staying with us. A new bill could require all elementary students to write in cursive by the 3rd grade. I found out some of the pros and cons of this issue. A new bill introduced by Republican Senator Don Gustafson could require elementary students to learn cursive by 3rd grade if passed. Gustafson believes cursive is something that could greatly benefit students by helping to develop their motor skills and hand-eye coordination, though some people involved in the CCSD see it differently.
A mandate that every child in this state would have to learn cursive writing would be a bit of a burden for both, I believe, the children and the teachers. There are probably more things that could be taught in elementary grades at the 3rd grade level than cursive.
Currently, there is no way for schools to easily track or monitor how cursive writing benefits students in terms of motor skills and hand-eye coordination.
I think that there are other paths to that point. I think there are other paths to the point, can we get kids' brains wired? Can we get it wired the exact same way it would normally if the kid was not, doing cursive? I think that there are absolutely analogous paths to that brain wiring, and cursive does not have to be one of them. I personally believe that we should be teaching our elementary students code. We should be teaching them word processing. We should be teaching them ways of using computers and the internet. And although I do agree, penmanship in general is a very good and very key function for young students and students in general, people in general. However, cursive specifically is not necessarily penmanship. I just think that there is a better use of students' time than utilizing cursive as part of the curriculum.
We want students to be able to communicate and to think, and I think cursive writing sometimes inhibits that because you're so focused on the artistic movement of your hand. And I've taught a lot of 3rd graders how to write cursive, and a lot of them have struggled with it. I'm thinking now I probably could have used that time to help them think and be creative thinkers in their work rather than struggling with making a letter a certain way.
Cursive is optional in the teacher's curriculum in Nevada along with 43 other states. For Studio G, I'm Becca Dimmick.
Okay, I think cursive is pretty and everything. I never use it personally, but when was the last time you used it?
I feel like I use cursive often, kind of. I have a mixture of print and cursive, so a lot of my words are it's just a mixture. I write faster in cursive, I feel like.
Do you think it's good to have? Like, do we need it? Do we need kids to have this as an option, as a class or option or whatever?
Honestly, they're saying that the pros to it are that it would help motor skills or hand-eye coordination, and people can say that about anything, like playing a sport or a musical instrument, that it helps in other areas of thinking, like just your brain in general. But I don't necessarily think that cursive would have the same effect as like playing a sport or being able to read music as far as motor skills or hand-eye coordination. But I think it's a good skill to have if you want to take notes quickly and you're not using a computer.
But here's the thing, I have a younger sibling, and all his homework is on iPads and electronically. So schools right now, they don't really involve in, maybe in classrooms they write, but not as much at home.
How old is yours?
He's 8. So he's going to 3rd grade next year.
He's going to 3rd grade. All his homework is on an iPad?
Most of it, yeah, like a good portion of homework is on
iPads or that type of technologies.
I don't know.
And
no, but
schools.
Here's the thing: in his classroom, there is an iPad for like everyone to get, work on it. I guess.
So the school provides it for them.
Some schools do. Each kid has an iPad. So I don't know how is that helpful.
So right
cursive.
now,
I like cursive, but I just don't think it's really useful. I think it's anymore.
So right now, do teachers have the option to teach it in their classrooms?
Yes, it's currently in Nevada, it's optional for teachers to include it in their curriculum, but it's not in the Common Core.
Yeah.
And I have like nieces and nephews in elementary school, and I remember seeing them like learning cursive and stuff, so I didn't ever really like think twice about it, because I for sure know that they're learning it, but I mean, maybe it's not as like emphasized as it was, because I remember in elementary school, like we would spend hours learning cursive, but I didn't do it in 3rd grade. I did it in 5th grade.
Yeah, I thought it was a little more older.
Say. I was required actually, but I went to a private school in, I believe, 6th grade. We were graded on it. It was a huge thing. We were required to learn cursive, but like Becca said, I was in 6th grade. CSCSD is trying to do this by 3rd grade. I think, requiring students to be at some sort of level by that young of age might be pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it might be difficult for them.
But what would be the problems in mandating it? Like, did they say, some teachers say, I don't like teaching it because it causes some problems, or is it harder for them?
Maybe the parents?
They just think that there are more beneficial things to be spending time on, because they feel like it's sort of outdated. It's more of an art form rather than a necessity, because as long as kids can write, they're getting the job done. And like they said in the package, there are other things that are just more relevant to today that they could be learning.
Right.
That's what they think anyways. I mean, who knows?
Focus on the curriculum more or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was fun to make. So
it was a good package.
That was great job.
But those were our top stories from this past week. Be sure to tune in next week to hear what's going on around the Valley. Thanks for joining us.